What annoying medical problem do you have that is too insignificant to go see a doctor for, but really gets on your nerves? I can't yawn. I'll get the urge, inhale nice and deep, and nothing happens. That beautiful, muscle shaking release never happens, and it always feels like I can't get the yawn out. I used to be able to yawn when I was a kid. I've gotten used to it, but it's so stressful. I bet you're yawning right now, you bastard. You're right, I yawned when I read that. It felt nice. All my joints pop. My hip, knees, elbows, sternum, fingers, feet, back, neck etc etc. Especially after sleeping, I'll get out of bed and my whole body pops. I'm 23. When I walk, my ankles sound a bowl of Rice Krispies. Moles, goddamn moles, freaking everywhere. I'm covered with them. I'm like a human, connect the dots. My thumbnails have ridges on them, running from the cuticle to the tip right down the center. It's kind of a washboard effect, I guess. It doesn't hurt or anything, and it only happens on my thumbnails. I get this but on my toenails. Semi-lactose intolerant. I can't drink milk or eat cereal without sounding like there is a monster growing inside of my belly. I can eat the heck out of some cheese though. My jaw clicks really loudly when I chew on the left side of my mouth. There's no pain at all, but it is really loud. My husband's jaw clicks too. Says he has the urge to crack it, kinda like cracking your knuckles. His dentist said it shouldn't be a problem if there is no pain involved, but not sure what exactly causes it. Toenail fungus. I can't get rid of it. Yeah, I tried that. Yeah, that too. Last chance is a prescription med which may cause liver damage. Yup, a real pain to deal with. I tried the meds, it worked, but then it came back almost right away. Not quite medical, but a blackhead that's embedded in my skin right in the middle of my back. It's not a mole or anything else. No one wants to put in the elbow grease to get it out because they're afraid it would hurt, but sometimes I want the damn thing out. I had one on my chest, and after a few years I decided enough was enough. I took my knife and a safety pin to it. Turns out it was a hair growing inside of me for years. It was tightly coiled 1000 times and smelled like death. I have a scar on my chest now, but it was worth it. I got this really freaking annoying thing going on, where my nose will be like, not quite clear, but not clogged either. It's just clogged enough for me to notice and be annoying, but not really preventing anything important from happening. I have this issue with my nose where it's not blocked, but it feels like it is a little bit, and I'm not breathing easy, and the only way to get a comforting clear breath in is by pushing my nose up like a pig. I had a tooth capped a couple years back, and the dentist fitted it so that the gap between the crown and my other tooth is just a little too big. So every time I eat meat, that gap gets stuffed full of bits of meat. I can pick it out or floss it, but it's really goddamn annoying. Not worth going to the dentist for though, just irritating. I can pick it out. Oh, that feel when you got it out after hours of it stuck there. Stuttering. Mine came on suddenly within the past year and a half. It's annoying as heck when you're trying to talk and you have to force yourself to get the word out, and it feels weird in your head after many years of talking normally. I have Raynaud's, and from what I see on the internet everywhere, there isn't a dang thing they can do about it, so I just go about my day to day miserable, looking like my hands and feet are slowly turning into zombie limbs. I have Raynaud's too. Kids at school used to call me zombie hands. When I went to my GP, he basically told me to wear gloves and thick socks. Very helpful. I have diarrhea every day. I have a symptom that around once or twice every month gives me immense pain in my chest. I would link to it, but I'm on my phone. When I am walking for more than 10 minutes, my thighs start to itch. If I try to scratch it, it becomes 10 times worse. Sometimes it is so intense that I start shaking and break down crying. I think you should get that checked out. I can't fully empty my bladder. For like 5 minutes after peeing, I feel like there's just this drop of liquid that will wet my pants. I have this exact problem and it drives me nuts. No idea what it is. I can go pee before bed, and then by the time I'm lying in bed ready to sleep, I feel like I need to go clear this drop of pee I have left. I believe my last rib on either side of my body isn't entirely attached to the rest of them. I can pop them back and forth very easily, but only very rarely does it bother me. It is really funny to get people to poke my rib and see their reaction when it pops back. I used to have cancer, and now every little bump I feel on my body gets me scared, but I don't want to go to the doctor to get it checked out. I feel like I would have a boy who cried wolf kind of thing going on. My biggest fear is going to the doctor and having him telling me that the bead-sized bump on my right nut is just that, a bead-sized bump. I'm sure doctors would take you seriously. You could even have a sit-down plan to keep track of them if they are frequent. I get some serious armpit perspiration. No, I am not obese. It doesn't even smell bad. The sweat patches are just embarrassing. My pharmacist makes me this antiperspirant. It's a 20% aluminium chloride in a 6% salicylic gel. Make sure they have the right mixer to do it. It changed my life. I was ready to get an operation and it was the last thing I tried. At first you use it every day, but now I use it maybe every 2 weeks. I use an ordinary deodorant in between. Now I can wear anything I want. Tinea versicolor. Basically little white or red patches that don't tan on my torso and arms. They itch a bit when I get hot and there is an almost constant tickling sensation. I've been to the doctor several times and it helps for a couple months but always comes back. Can't get them to offer me an ongoing treatment even though it is chronic. I'll just live with it, I guess. I have an extra long tailbone and it hurts to sit. Do you have an x-ray or a photo? I'm really curious. My hands and feet sweat so much it is insane. Not constantly, but pretty often. When I talk on a phone too long, the sweat runs down my arm and drips off my elbow. In school I would dissolve the paper and smear the ink while writing. When I read paperback books for a while, I literally dissolve the spines and the pages fall out. Same with magazines. The pages all stick together on the edges and get all wrinkly and water stained. Can't use touch screens or the trackpad on my laptop when they're sweating. Just doesn't register. I can't wear wedges or heels without lots of tight straps around my ankles or I just slip right out of them. Slip on the hardwood and tile floors when barefoot. It affects my armpits, upper lip, and butt legs region as well, but not as bad. In school when I would get up off the plastic chairs there would always be a big steamy butt print on the seat, so I learned to always slide out of the chair to disguise it. When I'm not sweating my skin is super dry. My keyboard has puddles on it now, so I should probably stop rambling. I have to pee constantly. It's directly related to the amount of liquid I drink, but it's super annoying. I like to stay really hydrated, but in turn I just have to pee all the time. Every rest stop on road trips I have to stop, and when I go out drinking it starts to get embarrassing how often I make bathroom trips. Frickin' moobs, man, I am not even fat. I'm a bit late, but I have restless legs syndrome. It's so dang annoying when I'm trying to fall asleep and I can't stop moving my legs to relieve the aching. This hits me when I'm overtired and haven't been physically active enough during the day. Goddamn does it suck. The only solution I can find is sleep, but if it gets too bad, I can't sleep. It's a vicious cycle. My butthole itches a lot sometimes, especially when I'm trying to go to sleep. And let me stop you, I've checked for worms way too many times. Checking my fesses, my toilet paper, even spreading my butt cheeks up near a mirror late at night with a flashlight shining into it. I have gazed into the abyss. Pretty sure I don't have worms, but I've seen some crap. I have a chronic runny nose, and after googling specifics there is a chance it's spinal fluid and is also leading to my vision loss. This one should be a doctor visit. Sinus problems. Seriously, I must seem like a rim producer when I go to the store for Sodaft all the time. I can close my right eye without closing my left eye, but not vice versa. Strange, I don't even know what it is, but it annoys the crap out of me. Lots and lots of floaters in my vision. I mean, it's there. It's really annoying, but I can ignore it for the most part now. The numbers have stabilized, so I don't seem to have any retinal tearing or anything, but it's just they're floating in my vision, these dots. Oh, are there medical problems that don't require a doctor's visit? In the where I work, people come in for everything. I just had a patient yell at me because she knew there was nothing wrong with her eye. So why was IT taking so long? I tried to explain that was the precise reason it was taking so long. Meanwhile, someone was actively seizing next door and she kept trying to pull members of the medical team away to get her some water. I can't burp, which causes me to fart non-stop. Me either. I hate drinking soda because I blow up like a balloon and make stupid gurgly noises. I have alopecia in my beard. So basically I have near bald patches in my beard, although it's not as bad as it used to be where literally I had bald spots. I just grow white hair now and just color it with mascara. They make brush and hair dye for beards, probably a little more permanent than mascara. My jaw clicks every time I open and close my mouth. It is especially significant when chewing. On occasion, my jaw will also lock into a limited opening and closing motion that can only be corrected by opening my jaw in a sideways up and down type motion over and over. No pain, but it is a constant nuisance that only exists because the oral surgeon that removed my wisdom teeth hyperextended my jaw during the surgery. Been this way for about 8 years now, so it has become my new normal. My only options for correcting it would be surgery that, doctors quotes, probably won't fix it. There are TMJ centers that specialize in treating the disorder with physicians, dentists and dental prosthetics. My hand shakes a lot, especially when I am stressed. Sometimes enough that writing is difficult. There is some name for it but can't remember. I could take meds for it, I think, but that's just annoying. Alcohol helps, but I guess that's not really recommended. I just can't be a surgeon. I'm actually trying to get it figured out, but I keep falling asleep at the wheel and have caused 2 accidents in the past 5 months. I'm not driving now, but so far the docs have ruled out narcolepsy and sleep apnea and all my blood work is normal. So fed up that I can't get any answers though. I fell on my knee a year ago. I saw the doctor then and had an x-ray because the pain was burning, but he thought it was just a bad shin bruise and would go away in time. But it still hurts and I have trouble going downstairs and can't kneel on it. Sucks. See another doctor. There are so many potential causes. Torn cartilage, muscle weakness, etc etc. Absolutely worth more investigation. I feel like I slur, stutter or just plain screw up what I'm going to say a lot more than others do. It's a running joke for my boyfriend. Even if I know exactly what I'm going to say, sometimes it just gets butchered on the way out. I'm like that too. A lot of the time I have to stop mid-sentence and start over. It didn't happen much while growing up, but it's gotten a lot worse in the last 6-8 years. I've learned to just keep my mouth shut most of the time. It's a good thing no one ever listens to what I say anyway. I have this patch of red, itchy skin on the top of my left foot. It's about 1 stroke too wide and 1 inches long. It's been there for 10 years or more. It has never spread. It itches, dries out, then itches again a few days later. I don't know what it is, and have never told my doctor about it. Ouch, you brought back painful memories of when I used to detail cars. If any cleaning chemicals, soapy water, or too much sweat went into my rubber boots, the tops of my feet would chafe like heck. The skin would dry up and get so itchy I would scratch till it bled. Went away after I made more careful movements at work and paid attention. Also a little Goldman helped me out immensely. Anxiety and depression. Most days I dread getting out of bed. Can't stand the idea of showering or changing clothes. Absolutely hate being interrupted by people knocking at the door. And entirely loathe going into public. On good days, everything is just kinda meh, and I try to get some things done, put on my happy face, and fake my way through all societal interaction. Most people think whatever my problem is, it's a result of alcoholism. I don't correct them, because I'd rather them see me as a drunk than as a fundamentally broken person. Bleeding butthole. I've had a medical exam and a colonoscopy and they found nothing worrisome, but occasionally I'll get bloody butthole. I think it is from wiping too much, attempting to be over thorough. Also I get these bumps on my legs. They're like pimples. They only occur from the waist down and only on my legs, not on my feet, genitals, etc. I think it's an allergic reaction to new detergent, but I'm using it all before I switch. When there's a lack of light, my left eye feels like it's seeing through a film, making my surroundings unrecognizable. So when I get up to pee at midnight, I can only see out of my right eye. When the lights are on I can see perfectly through both eyes. Mediated hypertension. When I stand for a long time, my circulation doesn't work right and I feel nauseous and have to sit down. Superior canal dehiscence. Basically it's a hole in the conductive bones in my inner ear. The optic nerve runs close to that hole and hearing certain frequencies makes my eyeball twitch at that frequency. I can also hear my eyeballs move and my pulse. Eating anything crunchy drowns out any sound from the TV or radio. To fix it, they would have to cut a patch of skull above my ear, move my brain out of the way, patch the hole, put my skull back in place, and there's no guarantee it'll work. So I just close that eye when I drive next to some loud Harley Jacobot. Sometimes when I'm running or walking my left foot just says nope frick you. I just get a sharp pain that isn't really painful as much as annoying in my ankle area and for like 30 seconds I won't be able to walk on it. It happens maybe once every few months. Not warranting a doctor's visit but I've never heard of it happening to anyone else. My ears will occasionally ring for no reason, like a high-pitched whine kind of sound. Mine too. After it, the ear will go somewhat deaf until returning to normal a few minutes later. Like this video and this good boy will play you a nice song. Like and subscribe you magnificent person.